Hi everyone, it's Penny Black and Jill Foster here with a new PB&J card class video. First of all, I apologize for my voice. I hope it doesn't drive you crazy. I am getting over being sick, so again, so sorry for the croaky voice in today's video. So today we're continuing with video number 4 in our Flowers and Frames video series, and we are going to be playing with our new 3D Orchid embossing folder, along with the stencils that go with it and the cutout die that goes with it. We are continuing with my favorite Waves die cut, and this is the envelope where I've prepped everything in advance, and I am working on Canson 140-pound watercolor, cold pressed watercolor paper. You don't have to use watercolor paper for this technique. I just love the texture that it provides. So I went ahead and did my 3D embossing, and now I'm placing the stencils over the top. I'm working on the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station, so I can put these little magnets to hold my stencil, but you can also just use tape to tape that down and make sure that nothing moves. I'm going to do some ink blending with an ink blending tool with a foam pad, and I'm working my way on in kind of a circular motion, being careful to use kind of a delicate touch in any areas of the stencil where there are sort of little pieces that hang out like a peninsula, if that makes sense, hopefully. I'm starting with the Evergreen Bough Distress ink, and I will have all the colors that I'm using listed for you down in that YouTube description box, along with all of the Penny Black supplies that I'm using as well. So I'm putting that over the stem and the leaves. And then while that's still on, I'm going to grab the Forest Moss Distress ink, and I'm going to put that right over the top, mainly towards the bottom of the leaves and over sort of the stem areas, but I am going to leave a little bit of that evergreen bough showing. So with just using one stencil, you can get some really beautiful shading, and I love the leaves on this 3D embossing folder. They're really great for that. Now, another note, if you're wondering more information about our 3D embossing folders, I will put a link to a video about that down in the YouTube description box below, that just kind of goes over when we first release those, how those can work with your stencils. Now I did put a little spice marmalade on the center of that flower. Look at that, it's so easy and it's so beautiful. Now I'm going to add the next layer. Now there are only 3 stencils with this, so you can get a beautiful look, but it is not complicated at all to figure out the layers. They just fit right over that 3D embossing. Now I'm using shaded lilac on these areas first with sort of a light coating, and I thought, you know what, I think I want a little bit darker, so I just use that same color to go over it again, keeping that stencil in place, and towards sort of the center or the bottom of those petals, I'm adding some Seedless Preserves Distress ink on top, giving that some shading with only having to use one stencil. Now I'll put the final layer on top. So sorry for that glare there. And I'm going to, again, using the ink blending tool and the foam pad, put some of that shaded lilac down. I'm putting it on a little bit darker here. And I love with these 2 stencils for the petals, you can really just add something a little extra here by having some variation in the petals. So I put down the shaded lilac, and now I'm going to use a heavier hand to put down the Seedless Preserve. So I want there to be some difference from the first layer of coloring we did on the petals, but still in the same color range. So there you can see it's already colored. It's so fun, and you could do so many different variations with these colors. Now I use the cutout die to cut that out, and now I can play around with my background. So I kept this interior piece from the Waves frame that I prepped in my envelope, and if you want more about that prep process, I also have that video linked below in case you haven't seen it yet. So now I'm using that ink blending tool and foam pad, some of that Evergreen Bough Distress ink, starting off the edge and working my way on in a circular motion, just to add a little bit of color to that background. Just a really soft, light look to that. I think that complements the orchid really nicely. So, and you can see I kind of put the orchid back on top to judge, do I want to add a little bit more or not? Now, I love this orchid. You can just fit it right inside the frame, and I want to be able to move this around as one piece. So I'm positioning that in there and just adding a bit of liquid glue on those areas where the orchid is touching the frame. And that's going to let me just move this around as one piece. For me, I feel like that just makes life easier. And then I'll cut off any excess that is extended beyond that frame. So this flower and leaves are pretty big, but remember that gives you room to kind of tuck and pop them into different places. So here's that interior piece, and I'm going to tape that onto my card panel. Now I am going to add my frames. Now I die cut 3 of these wavy frames or waves frame so that I can just add a little extra dimension. Now one of them I've already added to the orchid, so these here I'm going to put right down onto my card panel. This is a standard size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and you can see now with that waves frame over the course of these videos I've used several different sizes of it, so it is just such a versatile die cut. I just can see using this all the time. And I'm gluing on that second one. And then I'm going to take that piece that I had already put the orchid in. I put foam tape behind the orchid, and then I put liquid adhesive down on the frame that was on the card panel. And then I'm just going to position that right on top, and you get this really nice dimension along with a gorgeous 3D embossing on that orchid. And then all that's left to do is to add the sentiment. And there's lots of different things you could do with the sentiment, or you could just put it on the inside. So for my sentiment, I combine a die cut with a stamped word just for something extra fun. And here is a look at the finished card. I thank you so much for watching, for all of your beautiful and kind comments that you always leave. They mean so much to me. And again, thank you for your patience with my voice. Hopefully it will be better soon. Happy stamping, and thanks for watching.